I'm David Trulli. Before being an artist for 20 years, I was a cinematographer here in Los Angeles. I made a good living, but it was less and less satisfying. So I turned to fine art really as just an unfettered creative expression. This is the first piece that I ever showed in a gallery. I created it in response to 9/11 because I had this film loop playing in my head of people jumping off the buildings over and over again. I thought if I could make it something concrete that I could purge it out of my brain. I kind of hit on that accidentally, but it worked. So I work in something called scratchboard. It's a piece of wood coated with a thin layer of a white clay ground, covered completely in black ink. So when I start the piece, the blank page is black. Like this curved X-Acto knife here is good if I want to do a fatter stroke. I then use a knife or a needle and I scratch through the black ink to the white layer underneath. So the effect is to draw white lines against black. These pieces are called While You Were Out. I was walking to the studio and I was thinking about how all of a sudden I'm an artist. After 20 years of being a cinematographer, like all of a sudden I couldn't even really remember how I got here. And I thought, well, this is kind of odd, you know, that the world is changing when we're not looking. I find all sorts of things that grab me and take me in a different direction. The early work was very noir-inspired work. Some of them could have been frame grabs right out of a 40s crime movie. Sometimes there are some bigger shifts, but I think that there's a common worldview, I guess, at the heart of all that. And I think, you know, you just can't escape that. It's the way you see. I call that clock watcher. It's never been in a show because it's not gelled with any other work that I had done at the time. There it is. To get a body of work together for a solo show in a gallery is at least a year. But I'll also spend a lot of time sitting on the couch with my dog in my lap or my guitar in my lap or something and just stare at the piece. There's a lot of time spent staring in the studio. When I was just starting, it was easy, you know, you just would think about getting the next show. But now the challenge is more subtle and much harder because now it's, I need to make this show better than the last show. I need to not stagnate, I need to move on. That blank page is a very frightening thing sometimes. I try to just keep moving a little bit and keep drawing and keep doing something. Even if I know it's not great, it'll kick me into something. I have always sort of burned my bridges behind me. It keeps me moving forward. It's worked to some degree. This far, I'm gonna just keep doing it.